106.1 KMEL, you go row right here, and joining me in the studio, the one and only Miss JMaye. How's it going?
I'm so good. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. This means a lot to me. I love KMEL.
Yeah.
I always listened to the station growing up, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course, full circle moment for you.
Yes, it is a full circle moment.
And
for
speaking
me.
of full circle moment, it's
Yes.
funny how you say that because I also grew up listening to KMEL.
Oh my gosh.
And so
Yes, girl.
for you and I, this is like both of us, this is a full circle moment.
Literally.
So, okay, so I saw, your current single. I've seen on social media that it's being played like
Yes.
all over the country.
No space.
Yeah. So walk me through that experience, like when you first listened to your song on the radio.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so No Space was a song that I wrote when I was like around 13 years old. I didn't really think that it would go this far, but I started performing a year ago, not thinking that I would be on the radio a year later. It's crazy. And now I'm being played in Honolulu. And the first time I heard it, I was on vacation in Miami, and I was sitting with my dad in the car, and just hearing my name on the radio is just like mind blowing. It's astonishing. It's like, how? Like, you know, it felt like out of body.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like it was me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so cool. It really is.
I could imagine. And I saw that video when you were in the car.
Girl, I was crying.
Yes, yes. Love that for you.
Thank you so much.
So is that your first single?
It's not my first single, but it's the first one that got on the radio.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So currently in high school, right?
Yes, I'm a senior.
You're a senior.
Yes.
So you're 17. And so how do people at school react to knowing that you're a singer and that you have a song on the radio?
Oh my gosh, girl. I feel like, especially since No Space is on the radio now, a lot of people know me, and more people than I think. So like at school, people would be like, "Oh, you're the singer, right?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like,
that's what I imagine. Like, oh, she's the popular girl. She's a singer at school.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm literally just trying to like do my work and just try to get through the day. And they're like, "Oh, you're the singer," and I'm like, "Whoa," like because like being JMaye's kind of like my alter ego. So at school, I'm just like myself. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of crazy, but it's cool though. Like, yeah. I'm really glad that No Space really resonates with people.
Right.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that said, with No Space, did you write that song?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote and produced it all by myself in my bedroom.
In your bedroom? Wow.
Yes.
Good for
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
So with that, I mean, because you're so young, you have so much life ahead of you. You still have so many experiences, to go through. So where do you find your inspiration to write your music?
To write my music? Actually, KMEL has a lot of artists that I love, and I discovered a lot of people here. For example, I love Twee, and I know she kind of had her like kickstart here, and I love her music. And I don't know if you can tell, but like a lot of like my stylistic choices and everything that I decide to do with my music is kind of inspired by artists like her. I also love SZA, JMaye, the R&B girls.
Yeah.
Love that kind of music. And so that's where I find my inspiration. And then in terms of like songwriting, I guess like based on personal experiences, I guess.
Right.
And I know I'm only 17. Sounds like I'm going through a lot.
Yeah.
But I just put all my heart and soul into my music, and it's just, I don't even know how to really describe it. I feel like it's just natural, like me just like doing music, So yeah.
Well, there you go. Have you had your heart broken yet?
Oh, girl. Oh. I wouldn't
Dad,
say.
close your ears. I'm just kidding.
Well, I've definitely had a lot of experiences with like friendships breaking and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Never really like had like a heartbreak.
Yeah.
But kind of like dealing with like toxic friendships and stuff like that, and learning how to like love myself from those experiences. Like No Space was really that first song where I just wanted to just be comfortable in myself and confident, and I just wanted to write something that like other people can feel confident in too. So yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Thank
All
you.
that coming from a 17-year-old.
Oh, girl.
So, I mean, where you're at right now at 17 and where I was, like, your mindset is so much more mature than
Oh my gosh.
where I was at 17. So Good for you. So you definitely have a lot going for yourself. You're a senior in high school. Do you know what you're going to be doing after high school? Are you going to continue to pursue music, or what does that look like for you?
Yes, of course. I love music.
Yeah.
But I also want to focus on college too because I believe that like education comes 1st. So important.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to find that balance right now because doing music and doing college apps at the same time is like so much going on at once.
Yeah.
But I love music so much, and I really believe that I could still do it in college, no matter how far I am. Because if you truly love something, you'll stick to it and you'll just keep grinding.
Right.
So yeah.
Do you know what you're going to major in?
I love psychology.
Psychology?
Yeah,
Oh, good for you.
but I feel like double majoring too. Like I want to do music too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's fitting, right?
Yes.
Because you want to pursue music. I honestly, because Filipino, I thought you're gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna be a nurse.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking of that too. I was thinking of that too. Yeah.
And speaking of which, October it is Filipino American History Month, and got a fellow Filipina right here.
Yes.
So how does being Filipino, how has that influenced you as an artist? Yeah, or how does that show up in your identity as a singer?
Yes. I think our culture, there's a lot of music involved, so I feel like it's just naturally
karaoke.
Karaoke,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like our community is so like tightly like packed. You know what I mean? Like we're all really close to each other. I don't know. I just love our community. We're just like so like nice to each other and so sweet, and it's just like I just feel so happy and like.
Wouldn't it suck if we're like all assholes to each other? Like, like, first of all, thank God we're nice to each other.
Like, literally, I just feel like family with everybody, and it's so nice. And the fact that like I'm able to connect with like like the Filipino culture through my music is like it's so cool. Because honestly, I never really had that kind of experience growing up. Because my mom that's where my Filipino roots come from, and she left me when I was young, and so like I felt like that identity was kind of like not there, but like through music I was able to connect with other people and like finally find my identity as a Filipina. So yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Yes.
Because you touched on your mom leaving you, right?
Right.
So like maybe in a couple of years from now, like you're huge and she wants to come back into your life. Like, how would you approach that?
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
That's a crazy scenario.
Because I mean, it may happen. Like it's, when you reach like a certain point in your career and like everybody wants a piece of it, right?
Right.
So and I'm sure it has definitely happened before.
Right.
Like when people reach a certain point in their career, like
everyone just wants
cousins
something.
pop up that you never even knew that they were your cousin.
Yeah. Literally.
So I imagine
literally
something like that were to happen.
Yeah.
But I can tell you now, she's definitely missing out. She is definitely missing out. So
thank you. You're so sweet.
Shout out to Dadager.
Literally, shout
doing
out to
such
Dad.
a great job right
Exactly.
here, man. And speaking of which, family. So what is it like for you at family parties? Because we touched on like singing karaoke, right? Are they always like giving you the mic? Like, here, you're the singer of the family. You sing.
Honestly, yeah. Like growing up, I was like the songbird. That's what like my family called me. So yeah, I would always be singing. I sing in the car too, like on road trips and everything.
Yeah.
Like I just can't stop singing.
Yeah.
Always like So yeah.
How has your family like reacted, or your friends and your family when they heard your song on the radio, and how supportive have they been?
Oh my gosh, they've been so supportive, especially like my school and everything. Like going back to the point where like a lot of people are starting to know me. Like they're sharing they're sharing my artistry with like their parents and like their other friends, and it's like it's so crazy to see this growth. And in terms of my family, they've always been really supportive of me. So like we're just. Yeah, they're very excited for me, and I'm just like I'm so blessed to have such a good like supportive system. Yeah, because without that, I don't know, like it's hard like going through things on your own. So it's just really nice to have like a support system.
Yeah,
and also getting love from like radio stations like you guys, like I literally love you too. Like, we always interact.
We
on
love
social
you
media,
too.
So, thank you.
So when was that moment when you realized? Do you remember that moment when you realized like I want to be a singer?
My whole life.
Yeah?
My whole life. And also like you mentioned like being a nurse or whatever. Like I was thinking about getting into the medical field too, which I'm still kind of interested in. Yeah. But it's like deep down inside, I've always just wanted to be like an artist, like a singer. And at first it felt like a dream.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that, because like I'm just like, oh, how do I like make a song? Like how do I like songwrite? But like as I like started growing older, like everything just kind of like came to me, and I can't really explain like how that happened. It just felt like natural. So yeah, always wanted to be a singer, and now I am. So it's pretty cool.
Congratulations,
Thank
girl.
you so much.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
And last year, last basketball season, I saw that you sang the national anthem for the Warriors.
Yes.
So how did that come about? Walk me through that experience.
Yes. So basically, I interact with them sometimes. Like, I don't know if you know, like Franco Finn and them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very supportive people. We like comment on
That's
each other's like
another
posts
Filipino,
and everything.
like supporting
Exactly,
a Filipino. Yeah.
Exactly.
See?
I'm telling you, like the family, like, yeah, exactly. And I think they took notice of my music. And then one day they were like, hey, do you want to sing the national anthem for us? I'm like, that's so cool.
Do I?
Yeah, like of course. Like I would literally like skip school and everything for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I actually did skip school.
Did you?
So I went
Shit, I went up
there,
too.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there, and honestly, like it felt like exactly like how I felt when my song was on the radio. It felt so out of body,
Yeah.
and I didn't really feel like I was there because it's just like so crazy. Like singing in front of like LeBron James and Stephen Curry is like, what the heck?
Wow.
Never would have thought. I would
Yeah.
only see them on the TV when I like watch basketball, right?
Were you nervous?
So I don't know. I wasn't actually. I
So
was excited.
it was such an out of body experience for you then, huh? Yeah.
so out of body. I didn't even feel nervous. I was just like,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
it was cool though. Like,
but you killed it.
thank you so much.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So, I mean, 17 and you have so much ahead of you still. And I feel like it's still early on in your career. So what is next for JMaye?
What is next? I have some songs coming up.
Yeah.
Cooking in the studio, and
Yeah.
then
What about a debut album?
ooh, I'm thinking of doing another album. I have an album out already. It's called Dress Up.
Gotcha.
And but I'm like I want to like create something even cooler. So I'm thinking of doing that.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like performing, I perform a lot, so I just want to keep doing that. You know, branching out more. Maybe like traveling to like different states and just performing over there. Yeah, because most of my shows are located in like, you know, California.
Gotcha.
And I've done some in like Las Vegas and stuff like that. So hopefully I get to do some in the East Coast and like, you know, again, like branch out a little bit. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you've been performing a lot. What has like the crowd's interaction or their reaction been while you've been on stage?
I don't know. Like, honestly, they just really resonate with my music. Some songs that I feel like I would think that they won't resonate with, they do. And it's like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I have like this huge like shock factor, like knowing that like so many people actually like my music when I'm on there, when I'm on stage singing, and it's like, it's crazy. Like I have this like poster thingy where like my QR code's there, and a lot of people just take their phones out and like start scanning it, and I'm like, no way, like this is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love performing. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so cool. And seeing like little kids too, like jam into my music, and I don't know, like maybe some of them want to be a singer too. And it's like, I want to be the inspiration.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. Like, you know, seeing little kids at your show.
Yes.
Like, just imagine that may be like a core memory for them. Like them watching you and they're like, oh my God, she's so cool. I want to be just like her when I grow up, you know? So I just thinking about how many moments that you've given that to kids in the crowd, you know, it's just crazy to think how much of an impact that you make on people.
Right.
And not even knowing it.
Right.
You know? So
exactly.
Keep doing what you do, girl.
Thank you so much.
You are killing it.
You too, girl.
Yes, thank you.
I've been seeing you at the gym and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, you inspired me to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I try to go whenever I can. Like, you know.
Well, that's me. I try to go whenever I can. So, yeah, but we make it work.
Yes,
you and I are going to make it work.
Yes, together.
So, everybody tuning in right now, No Space, out right now, all musical platforms. JMaye, where can they find you on the socials?
Yes, you could follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at JMaye Music. That's JMAYE Music. And you can listen to me on all streaming platforms.
You have it. You go ROWBOT 408, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter is 106.1 KMEL.